Hi folks! In the last video, I talked about the very basic functions of equalizers. Today, I will take a deep dive into how they actually work. Last time, I said that they are basically volume knobs for each frequency, but the truth is a bit more nuanced than that. Equalizers not only alter the frequency and so-called spectral information of your signal, but they can also alter the phase of the signal, introduce pre-ringing, or introduce latency. These are not bugs or faults, but rather a natural consequence of how these tools function. Let's start with the fundamental way in which an EQ can work in signal processing: feed-forward and feedback filters. An important element of a filter is the coefficient. This determines the strength of the filter and how much attenuation or amplification is happening. Feed-forward filters work by duplicating the signal and delaying it by a tiny amount. This is done multiple times, depending on the type of the filter. By mixing this delayed copy with the original dry signal, we create interference that amplifies or attenuates specific frequencies. This is the foundation of a finite impulse response filter, or FIR filter for short. In a linear phase FIR filter, the signal is processed symmetrically around a center point. The way the signal is altered is called an impulse response. The impulse response looks like a mirror image in which all frequencies are delayed by the exact same amount of time. This keeps the phase perfectly aligned, but it comes with a trade-off: pre-ringing. Pre-ringing is a slight artifact that is produced before a transient. Picture it like a ramp leading up to the transient, which has an ability, as some engineers put it, to smear it. Feedback filters, on the other hand, use the output of a signal and, as the name suggests, feed a modified version of it back as a new input and use the phase differences to either attenuate or amplify certain frequencies using destructive or constructive interference. The result is an infinite impulse response filter. It is infinite because when an input is sent, the output includes a version of that previous input that was modified by the filter, and then this output is fed back again. Picture a hall of green-tinted mirrors, where the signal sits in the middle between two mirrors facing each other. The green tint is the coefficients within the filter that makes each and every repetition you see slightly less visible in the blue or red ranges, but more pronounced if they are green. If you want to delve deeper into filters and digital signal processing, you can find links in the description to a video series and an excellent ebook. In ProQ, the three main modes we have at our disposal are zero latency, natural phase, and linear phase modes. Zero latency filters are based on feedback or IIR filters. Their advantage is that no latency is added, and there is no pre-ringing. However, a drawback is that the phase of the signal can change drastically. Natural phase filters also use IIR filters, but they aim to reproduce analog signals. It is far outside the scope of this video to also discuss the differences between analog and digital signal processing, but I may return to it in a future video. The important thing to note is that in ProQ, this algorithm can add a really slight delay to your signal to make the necessary calculations. Linear phase filters are based on FIR filters. They aim to fix the phase difference between the input and output signals present in IIR filters. However, they have the drawback of introducing pre-ringing and a slight latency. They are also heavier on the CPU, as more computational power is required for a feed-forward filter-only approach. Sometimes you also have an option of finding a minimum phase mode. Minimum phase EQs introduce a small amount of latency and are based on IIR filters most of the time. Minimum phase, in certain cases, can be the same as a zero latency filter, but some higher-end plugins also have FIR-based minimum phase filters. I do have to note that this is really uncommon. Now comes the question, which one should you use? I almost exclusively use zero latency, natural phase or minimum phase filters, as phase shifting is usually not as big of an issue as you might think. Analog gear usually operate on the same principle, and you need way less multiplications of the signal as you would need when using FIR filters. Linear phase EQs are great for mid-side EQing, where the phase coherence of the input and output is vital. Shout out to Panorama Mixing and Mastering, where I first heard of this use case. Nicolas Di Lorenzo is an awesome engineer who really delves deep into the intricacies of engineering. So if you can, check his content out. Another use case I found is when you automate frequency split-band center frequencies, where minimum phase EQs or zero latency filters can produce phase artifacts, and these can sound unpleasant. Linear phase EQs have no such effect. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Next time I will be talking about actual use cases to fix masking and the psychoacoustic reasons behind them. You can also find links to my socials and my webpage in the description. See you all next time.